When you think of popular personal care brands like this, or this, or this, your first thought is that you've chosen an inexpensive, trustworthy product that will make you feel refreshed and revived. As you walk into the cash register, you feel that you're feeling excited to test these products out when you get home. But at some point, you may wonder to yourself about how these products were developed and tested to be safe and effective on human skin. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's your answer. Here's how your favorite products are tested. This is a rabbit after having your favorite eyeshadow forcefully injected into its eye, and here is one after being scrubbed with your favorite shampoo. Of course, these products aren't safe to use until the rabbit is no longer feeling these side effects. It can take weeks or even months of extreme pain and agony with no pain reliever or anesthetic to make sure your product is up to standard. And animal testing isn't just used for personal care brands, it's also used for different kinds of medicines like Oxycontin, Viagra, and Vyvanse. Now, surely, animal testing has to be effective. It's the reason we have medications that work for every person of every age and why we have unbeatable beauty products. These animals suffer so we can live a happy and healthy life. But today, I'm going to tell you why it's unethical and inhumane, how it's an ineffective way of research, and what safer, smarter, and cheaper alternatives are available. The Animal Welfare Act is the only U.S. federal law that covers animals in research. Enacted in 1966, it regulates the care and use of animals in research, testing, and teaching. However, the AWA provides only minimal protection for certain species while excluding others such as rats, mice, and birds, who together make up an estimated 90 to 95% of all animals in laboratories. And although many people think that rodents are the main test subjects, medications like Nexium, Crestor, and Symbicort use beagles as their main test subjects. We think of beagles as family pets, not as something that is neglected in a lab and thrown in a kennel to suffer an agonizing death. And according to DoSomething.org, over 100 million animals are crippled, poisoned, and burned and abused in U.S. labs each year, and dogs make up 60,000 of that number. As for medical tests, animals do not contract many of the diseases that humans do. Instead, signs of these diseases are artificially induced in the labs in an attempt to mimic the human disease. Yet, such conditions do not compare to human conditions because of different variables like genetics, deeply rooted psychological issues, and different personal experiences. The National Institute of Health has noted that 95% of all medications approved for human use fail in human trials because they are ineffective or are dangerous. And of the small percentage of drugs approved for human use, half end up being relabeled due to side effects that were not identified in animal tests. One of the biggest animal tests of medicines gone wrong was the prescription medication Vioxx, which was used to treat arthritis. According to Cruelty Free International, it was found to be safe when tested on monkeys, but has caused over 320,000 heart attacks and strokes, over 140,000 deaths worldwide. After the product was pulled from the shelves, the creator of the drug faced tens of thousands of lawsuits and over $8 billion in legal fees. And this is just a more popular, well-known case. More than half of the 198 new medications released between 1976 and 1985 were either withdrawn or relabeled secondary due to severe, unpredicted side effects. These side effects included lethal dysrhythmias, heart attacks, kidney failures, seizures, liver failure, and stroke, among others. If animals make such poor test subjects, why do we still use them? There are many different cruelty-free, cost-effective alternatives available. In the U.S. alone, 16 billion taxpayer dollars are spent each and every year on animal testing, and as you already know, half of the time, there isn't even a beneficial outcome. One of the best upcoming cruelty-free alternatives, according to Neves.org, is the in vitro process, which is used to test beauty products. It's synthetic skin made of human cells and tissue cultures and can be used to test how much skin irritation a product will cause. Another great alternative is microdosing in humans. Through this process, humans are injected with a dose that is high enough to cause cellular effects, but low enough that it will not infect the entire body. And through this innovation, scientists are able to gather data much quicker. Tests that once took weeks now only take a few days because humans are able to give verbal feedback. If there is any irritation or internal discomfort, humans will not suffer like animals do, and they will get the help they need right away. Animals have no voice, so we must be there for them to do what we can to help. A small yet impactful gesture that we can make is to stop buying products that are tested on animals. Start checking labels and checking websites. And with the technology that we have available today, there's absolutely no reason that animals should still be tested on. There should be no more toxic, carcinogenic chemicals injected, inhaled, or force-fed to help us creatures. And with the information that I've shared with you today about how disgustingly inhumane this process is, how it's an ineffective way of research, and what alternatives are available, I hope this audience leaves with a little more awareness and knowledge about animal testing and takes their time to research products before they buy them. Thank you.